Gabrielle Union is famous for just saying random stuff like how she likes eating Dwayne Wade's groceries. So
That's fine. So why were people in such an uproar about this? Is there uproar?
I think people were uproar because she used the word entitled, and the fact is like, okay, the way that Gabrielle Union says stuff is the way that like Andrew Tate would say it. So Andrew Tate, oh, I got 1,000,000 Bugattis, I can sleep with whoever I want. So then hearing that from Gabrielle Union is kind of like, hold on, wait.
In our first marriage, neither one of us felt like the marriage should get in the way of our dating. Keeping up with his activities. And I was like, oh, that's what you're doing? Oh, you're going to feel this one. I just felt entitled to it as well. I was paying all the bills. I was working my ass off. And I felt whoever has the most gets to do whatever the hell they want, is what I thought.
Yes.
And it was just dysfunctional from day one.
Yeah.
It was such a stupid relationship that should have never gotten out of the dating phase. I was horny for validation.
Yes.
And having certain kinds of guys like me and want me. That made me feel like I was worthy and good and valuable and deserving.
From what it sounds like, her and her husband at the time both did their own thing knowing that it wasn't going to work out. Now, should they have just separated before going to see other people? Absolutely. But I thought that what happened is that Gabrielle was just having her fun irrespective of how her husband felt. Wasn't the case. So I can't be that mad at her. Now, I'm not gonna cast any moral judgments about whether or not I think cheating or sleeping around or any of that is wrong or right. It's not what I'm doing right now. All I'm saying is both parties were doing the same thing, and from what it sounds like, and it's just from her side, with understanding that they were doing that.
I don't think she mentioned that he was doing his own thing, did he?
No, you're right.
I don't remember hearing that.
I think she did.
No. I mean, okay, the problem I have necessarily with this whole situation is, first of all, I don't care who's sleeping with who. You want to sleep with whoever you want to sleep with, that's completely fine. I don't care, right? But the thing that comes off so bad in this situation, I think, is the fact that she's like, all right, well, I make more money. I can do whatever I want. And the problem with that is that if you took that conversation and threw it in any regular man's mouth, what's going to be the follow-up to that? They're going to say he's misogynist, he's evil, he's bad, that's not fair. But you throw it in her mouth, everyone's just kind of like, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's wrong. That's especially if he doesn't know. To me, it just sounds like he didn't even know and she didn't even care if he knew. That's the problem that I have with it. If he knows and he's doing his own thing, she's doing her own thing, cool, and whatever. They're both adults, right? Because I can't disrespect her for being honest. She's being honest about her life. She's just blunt about it. So I can't fault her for being blunt about it. But I think the way that she says stuff makes it come off and makes it seem more tasteless than it actually is. And I think a lot of young men already have a bad taste of marriage in their mouth. It just makes it even worse. But celebs, like I said, that's not a celeb's responsibility to be responsible for all young men. So I'm not placing that blame on her. I'm just saying that just kind of adds to the punch. That's what I'm saying.
I 110% agree with you that the way she came across when she was explaining her situation, her former situation, was very tasteless. That was probably the best word you could have used for that. Very tasteless. And I also don't necessarily care from like a personal standpoint. At the same time, I will say I do care in the sense that I do believe in the institution. If you're going to be married, then follow those marital rules. Now, aside from that, like you said, you don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe she didn't mention that he did anything.
I mean, I just didn't hear it. She didn't say that. She said everything else bluntly except for that. So I don't know where he stood in it. I guess it's just her making a joke out of it makes it even worse.
I think the thing is, it's in the past. She's been in a relationship with D. Wade for a while now. She has a kid with D. Wade. She's a married woman now. She's probably looking at it like, oh, I was young. I was, horny. I don't know if she's even, well, I'll take that back. I think she was in a way, not boasting about it, but speaking about it as if it's something she's maybe, I don't want to say proud, but not that she's not proud. She doesn't regret it.
Yeah. Gabrielle Union is famous for just saying random stuff like how she likes eating Dwayne Wade's groceries. So
that's fine. That's her husband.
Like I said, I have no problem with it. I don't care. That's why I said we're used to hearing bluntness from her.
So why were people in such an uproar about this? Is there
uproar? I think people were uproar because she used the word entitled, and the fact is like, okay, the way that Gabrielle Union says stuff is the way that like Andrew Tate would say it. right? So Andrew Tate, I got 1 million Bugattis. I can sleep with whoever I want. So then hearing that from Gabrielle Union is kind of like, hold on, wait. And y'all were mad at him for saying that she's saying the same thing. I think that's why people have uproar.
So when we're talking about people, we're mostly talking about men, and we're talking about men being upset that this is basically a double standard.
Yeah. Probably being tolerated from her, but not being tolerated from everyone else.
Got it. From that point of view, I do understand where the uproar would be. Because she did use the word like entitled because she pays most, in that relationship, she was the breadwinner. And so therefore, because she was the breadwinner, she was entitled to cheat on her, to be unfaithful, to commit adultery against her husband because she made more money and had more status. That's a little bit, as you said before, tasteless and flawed thinking. So if that's the case, does that mean that since Dwayne Wade, I'm assuming, makes more money than she does now, should he be entitled to go out and sleep around just because he's the breadwinner in that relationship?
I mean, he already has a couple kids by someone else. So
they were on a break.
Oh yeah, during the break, the supposed break.
She said they were on a break. So listen,
that sounds like some PR to me, but hey, it's their life.
All I'm saying is, if that's the case, then she should not have any smoke for D Wade. If he is the breadwinner, I'm assuming he is. She should have no smoke for D Wade if he goes and he sells his Royal Oats, because that's the philosophy she's using. Unless she's saying that philosophy she had before is totally wacko and she doesn't believe that anymore, fine. But just the way she came across in that podcast interview, it sounded as though she was kind of boasting about it. And so I don't know. It's a bit tasteless, but hey, that's all I'm saying. If that's what you believe, let it apply to you and to your husband currently.
So, guys, this has been Bad Decisions. Let us know if she made a bad decision. I actually personally think she made a good decision about being honest about it, because, I mean, that's her philosophy on life. It is what it is. We can't change it. If that's how she likes to live her life, it is what it is. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you think of her decision. All right, guys, we're out.